So excited at 719 Day Brewfest just around the corner, and we all have that friend who goes, I don't really like beer. I don't get the big deal. And that's okay. I think it's sweet that you've taken them under your wing and still remain friends with them. But I don't want you to ever worry then that 719 Day Brewfest isn't for you. Because speaking from experience, there's also distilleries there. And I can tell you from last year, these guys by far had the most popular tent there from the time things opened, by far from what I've heard, well into the evening. And with me today, I have my friend from COCKPIT Distillery. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. Hanging in there. Tuesdays are
I
always a
love
little
my
like
craft
Monday.
beer too, but one day, you grow up and you enjoy whiskey and other finer, harder things.
And
But
you
yeah.
guys have it all.
We do. We have apple pie moonshine, vodka,
so good.
sweet tea rum, silver rum,
Ooh.
bourbon.
Never
and
tried
like
that.
last year, I think we did our I want to say it was our Corsair Breeze, which is like a pineapple rum
Oh, yes,
drink.
because
And
that's
at the
the
end
singing.
of the event, I've got a video of people actually chanting our name, Cockpit, Cockpit, Cockpit. It was pretty awesome.
It was awesome.
Those
I
are
was.
like those moments that
yeah.
make all the grind and all the BS that you got to do totally worth it.
It was awesome. You guys constantly had a line that you guys were moving through as fast as possible, getting everybody hooked up with what they needed. And I think it's always important. People should know that you guys are also veteran owned and operated.
Yes, we are. You're speaking to the veteran owned and operated part of it.
Nice.
I pretty
nice.
much do everything. It's kind of funny. People come in, they're like, "Oh, you're the owner." I'm like, "Nah, it owns me." And I'm pretty much the janitor. I clean the boilers and the toilets. And then there was that one boiling toilet.
That is a
Fire
little
me if you
disturbing. But I think that's one of the things for me that makes 719 Day Brewfest so unique is it is all 100% local everything. And it really gives people who maybe have not ventured out past some of the chains out there to see what we've got to offer. And I think what we've got to offer is well above and beyond what you see from any sort of national chain personally. And it feels good knowing when I walk in to my favorite locally owned liquor store and say, I want something from COCKPIT Distillery. I know that's going back to taking care of you and yours. That's not going to pad somebody's pocket in another country or anything else. So
Absolutely.
I love that about this.
And that's what I love about the industry too, is that most of us, we love each other. We're all just trying to teach people to spend just a little bit more and get a whole lot more in return. And a lot of times you don't even have to do that. I mean, take most of these craft breweries, and us too, is that like if you go to like Chili's or something like that and you get just a regular domestic beer, it's going to cost you $5-6.
Right.
If you do go across the street, you can get something that is locally made with the best ingredients, and like our bourbon is made like a craft beer almost. It's got rye from Germany, chocolate malt from Belgium, caramel malt from England, winter wheat, and so you don't spend that much more, and you really get a lot more in return.
And your bourbon is good.
Thank you.
That was one of those where I just got the little tiny taster, and then by the end of the day, it's like, I better go eat. I'm going to go eat right now.
Our
It's so
smoked
good.
old fashions is like half the drinks that we make at the distillery. It's
I
amazing.
totally believe it. Have you guys loved seeing this interest in good craft cocktails come back around and people really wanting to know what they're getting? It's no longer just a whatever you got when somebody orders one of these. They want to know how it's made, people taking more of an interest in and getting more knowledge about it. Has that increased sales for you guys as well as people start to know what's good?
It is. We're still in the infancy of the craft distilling revolution. We're still having teach people how, that there are better, because that's what I grew up on is, when you go somewhere and you order a mojito, they're gonna grab out a plastic bottle of pre-mixed garbage, and it really it hurts the next day and everything else.
So hurts the next day.
I'll tell you, I guess I'm kind of spoiled on our own stuff. I drink, of course, a lot of it. That's kind of why I got into the distilling
You've
industry.
got to.
So I
It's
could afford my
quality
drinking habit,
control. It's part of the gig.
Absolutely. But, we went out drinking just at some local bars and stuff like that a couple weeks ago. And I woke up the next day and I was like, oh, I remember what a hangover feels like.
Right.
This hurts. I hate this.
It's painful.
No, if you drink better stuff, you won't get that kind of effect, the next morning.
No, that is the truth. That is, yes, there are certain things I cannot drink anymore because used to drink the cruddy stuff, and now it's amazing. You're right. Enjoy it more.
And that's the thing, too, is that not only the spirits themselves, but then, like you were saying with the craft cocktails and stuff like that, is that we go through and you will not find a premix behind our bar. When we make our mojitos, it's going to be actual lime juice that's squeezed right there, and the simple syrup we make ourselves with just sugar and water.
That's huge.
Rum.
That makes such a difference too.
It is. It's it doesn't take much. It really doesn't. But it's just like, I don't know, that laziness factor of America, the way that we've gone with just trying to make things easy and push button and everything else.
Convenience.
Exactly. And so it's been lost. But we're rediscovering it, and it's pretty awesome.
I love it because I think people are taking more of an interest in where stuff's coming from, who's making it. They want to feel just as good about what they're drinking in terms of how it's affecting the planet and their community. And so it's fun to see people starting to rally around and going, hey, you know what? I do care. And I'm going to go local because not only is the product better, but I know that I'm supporting my community too, which is cool.
Exactly. And all your money actually stays local instead of going to some massive corporation somewhere.
I know. I love it when people are like, oh, that one goes to here. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's not in this country anymore.
Yeah.
But that's cute that you think so.
Yeah.
Again, educate yourself.
Luckily, we're in one of those industries that's not going to be gobbled up by Amazon.
Right, which is always nice.
Still fairly well controlled. So.
Do you guys have an idea of what you're going to be bringing out for 719 Day Brewfest?
We are definitely going to be bringing our whiskey, our rum, our sweet tea rum. We're going to be bringing our brand new vodka. It's a all cane vodka.
Ooh!
So vodka can be made from anything.
Awesome.
You can make it from fruit. You can make it from grain. You can make it from cane. It just has to come out of the still at 95% alcohol to classify as a neutral spirit.
This.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Do you guys do I don't know, a lot of the breweries do walkthroughs and tours and stuff like that. Do you guys do some things like that as well?
We do. We do tours pretty much kind of on demand whenever we can staff it. Usually earlier on in the weeks and earlier on in the days works a lot easier. But yeah, you would actually, on the vodka side of things, you would be really surprised at how many places just rebottle other people's vodka.
Yeah, probably, sadly.
Yeah,
I'm not the always think the best of people first.
No,
so
unfortunately in our industry, like you won't really find many breweries bringing in Coors Light and then adding IP hops and calling it their IPA. But unfortunately, it's quite prevalent in our industry.
That's disappointing.
So, yeah, but we make everything 100% in-house because that's the way it should be when you're craft.
Love that. Love that. If you have not checked out their site, you can do so at cockpitdistillery.com and stop by, plan events, get more details on everything they've got going on. And then, of course, make your plans to join all of us as we will be out for 719 Day Brewfest. That happening at Widener Field, home of your Switchbacks, Friday, July 20th. Cockpit will be there and more. And I'm looking forward because I get to give away tickets all this week. So if you haven't bought yours yet, you can possibly win them for me. But if you don't even want to chance it, you can go right now, get your tickets as well, and score those at 719day.com. And thank you so much. I know this is never a fun hour to be up in the morning.
No, it's not. Not when you're in the drinking industry. We go to like 2 and 3 in the morning, so this isn't fun, but I made it out
I know,
somehow.
And I appreciate that.
and we're going to be bringing another cocktail that's chant-worthy to this year's event, too.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Well, I cannot wait, and we look forward to seeing you there. And again, thanks for coming in.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Here you go. It's Bjork now on RXP.